Hello, my name is James Payne and I'm the author of Great Art Explained, which comes out on Thames and Hudson on October the 2nd in the UK and October the 14th in the US and worldwide. One of my chapters is on Francis Bacon, and that painting is at Tate Britain. So let's go and have a look at that painting and I'll tell you all about it. In my book, I look at this painting by Francis Bacon, 3 Studies for Figures at the Base of a Crucifixion, which was painted in 1944 and first exhibited the following year. This triptych is widely seen as the moment of Bacon's artistic breakthrough, and it still is one of the most disturbing works in 20th century British art. The composition is deceptively simple. We can see 3 separate panels, each containing a single figure. They're set against a flat, burnt orange background. It's a completely unnatural colour that's designed to isolate them. The creatures themselves are difficult to describe. They're neither human nor animal, but rather they are hybrids, biomorphic type beings. And Bacon was a big fan of Picasso. In my book, I look at how he was influenced by Picasso's own biomorphic figures from around the 1920s. And we can also look to the screaming figures of Guernica for further inspiration. In my book, I also look at how much this image was shaped by Bacon's job as an air raid warden during the war. His job involved sifting through the rubble of the streets of London to find and identify dead bodies, and often he would find limbs and body parts, twisted and distorted corpses. He eventually was dismissed from that job because of his severe asthma. He couldn't cope with the smoke and the dust of bombed out London. My channel, and now my book, tries to look at other, less discussed ideas in art history. And in my Bacon chapter, I suggest that these figures may not be screaming at all, as most people assume. And they, like many of Bacon's screaming figures, may actually be gasping for breath, in the same way Bacon often did himself when having extreme asthma attacks. Context is important to understanding an image, and it is crucial to situate this work in its historical moment. An important point is that when Bacon was painting this, he and the public were seeing images for the first time of the horror of the concentration camps, which were then being liberated. And so when the public first saw this image, they were completely shocked. These figures seemed to perfectly distill in visual form the trauma and horror of the age.